Hello, today it is episode 2 of this new interview series, and today we are interviewing Canary, former racer in ICR. So, heading right into the questions for question number 1. If you had to reflect on your time in ICR, how would, if you had to reflect, what would you say on your time in ICR?
Well, let's be honest, it's definitely been very up and down. I've been here since the extreme start. And I've been here fairly active for basically almost every season. I'll say there's definitely been some highs, there's definitely been some lows, but at the end of the day, I am basically this league at this point. I am the league. I'm just, I've been here so long. I know the majority of people. It's just, I just can't believe it's got so big. That's all I really have to say to that.
Yeah. If you. Are you ever gonna come back to ICR ever again, or are you gonna stay out of it permanently?
What, you mean like racing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan to, but I don't want to start racing now in F123 and then have to switch over. I'd rather just wait for F124 and then I can have a fresh start. Already know if I was to come back, at least contend in the midfield, but eventually I want to be fighting for wins again like I was in season 2, so I feel like it'd be better to wait till F124 to do that.
Fair. What was your favorite season in your time that you had competed in ICR?
Season 2 by far, even if I won the title in season 1, season 2, it was a lot more fun. It was so competitive, and every race was really good.
Yeah. Who is the fastest person you've raced against?
Well, the fastest person I've ever raced.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I could obviously say go for the easy option, say Adam. But I've raced him in, I think, two full races, and even then, I'm pretty sure in Austria season 3, he qualified. I finished third, and he was 4.5 tenths quicker than me. So I'm not gonna say Adam. I think I'm gonna go for, I'm gonna either go you when you were on it, or Ben towards the end of season 2. I feel like they're the two fastest drivers I've consistently ever raced.
Mm. What is your favorite race that you can remember in ICR?
Um, I don't know, I've got a lot, but they're all for like different reasons. When I did Canada, I remember, I think I might have been Div 2, but I won there. I was really happy. But I'd also like to say Singapore, China, Miami season 2 were really fun. I really enjoyed them. And Brazil season 1 was also really good. I enjoyed Brazil season 1 because it was the only race I was able to compete with you. So I really did enjoy that one as well, but I don't really have a favourite. I just have a lot of like ones I like.
If when you come back in F124, do you expect to be right on the pace fighting at the front, or is it going to take some time to get back into that groove?
I don't have a clue, to be honest. I know the grid's got a lot quicker, and I know certain drivers are here really fast now. But the one refreshing thing to see is if I can get back to my old self, I'm pretty sure I could be up there. The same familiar faces I fought in season 2 are still up there. I'm not saying they haven't improved, they've definitely improved. Obviously, the league's improved in general, but if I can get to that level of improvement, I don't see why I can't be up there. I don't think I'd ever win the title again, but I could definitely compete for race wins.
So, when you were, if you had to say like anything on when you were like part of like main management in ICR, was it like back when it first was created and everything from like season 1 and season 2? Do you feel the league's in a better spot now than it was before, or the other way around?
100% better now. Let's say, I think me going was the best thing ever to happen to this league. So at the end of the day, I'll put my hands up and admit this. I had, well, back a year and a half ago, I mean, I've matured since then, I mean, I had such an ego trip. I wanted to be the main man. I wanted to be, that's right, I just wanted to be that guy. And that was just to get anything to steal the power. And then I just realised it just isn't for me. And I was just like, obviously, since then, the coroner's got had a lot less power, I feel. I feel like my ego got way too inflated, and I feel like the league is in a lot more like neutral stance and the power coordination and all that stuff. So yeah, I think it's a lot better now.
When what do you think was when you were at your peak in pace terms when you used to drive?
Hmm. Well, let's be honest, I won season one due to luck. You attended two less races than me, and you got took out of Belgium by Martins in the second to last lap. Even I might have still won the title if you'd done it at Belgium, but I'd have to push really hard at Abu Dhabi and push harder at Mexico as well. But if you'd have done both of the races, you would have easily won. So I'm not going to say season one, I'm going to say late season two, because with how the grid had progressed, and I thought I was still fighting for wins. I was so close to winning at China and Spa. I could have easily won it. I could easily won at Singapore if luck had went my way. Because you have to remember in that race, I was cruising in a podium spot until I got. I think I got took out by someone, and I came back to finish on the podium anyway. And at Miami, I was first until Happy and dive bombed me for like 6 tenths back. So I feel like late season two, I definitely was at my peak. But I will say, I was really underrated at the start of season three. We had loads of new guys come in from I can't remember the other league, and they were really fast, and I was still able to maintain around. Usually, I was getting consistent like third in quali, behind like Ben and Adam. And in the race, I was still doing decent. I was still getting a few podiums here and there. It all fell apart midway through, so towards the end of it. But I do think, all in all, to summarize, definitely late season two was great.
Who was your favorite teammate you had throughout your time in ICR from season 1 to mid season 3 ish?
Well, it was hard because I had a lot of teammates, to be honest. I think I had EH3 for a long time. And then when I went to Ferrari, I'm pretty sure I had. Who did I have a Ferrari? I don't even know. I think I was on my own at Ferrari. Or well, Will. I had Will at Ferrari. Elizabeth. Will late season two, he was so bad. He was terrible. He'll admit it himself. He'll admit I was terrible late season two. I carried Ferrari in this season two. I mean, you we were teammates for a bit, but it was not long enough. It's like we barely attended any races, so the reason it has to be year three, definitely. Because yeah.
If you were going, when you come back for F124, do you think that driving in the league now would be better than it was when it first started?
Hmm. I'm gonna say yes. Because now I feel like I can actually race hard without having the fear to get like took out or put in a war. The driving qualities from upon the FIA now actually enforce it to an extent. Back then the FIA was a mess, but now obviously if I'm gonna be racing I can't be FIA, but Ginger and Aubrey, they'll probably might get someone else in. So I feel like that won't be a problem. People are more cautious these days, and I feel like it'd be in a better spot. The pace is gone up, the competition's up. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you think that you'll ever get back into management to try and improve the league since you're less power hungry than you were when the league first started and everything?
Mm. Now that's a really tricky one because it's definitely an option in the future. I'll let you in on something. Will did ask me to come back. I think around 4 or 5 times. I said no every time, but every time he said it, I was like less and less like. First it was a flat out no, it's not fuck that. And then the last no, I think it was around 4 months ago. So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. It's an option for the future, and if he does ever ask me again, I will actually consider it properly this time. But I think the current co-owners during EX3, they do a great job. And although if it arrived, I might say yes, but I feel like I wouldn't think the league has gone past the need for me. But I'll say like it won't like it's not something that necessarily so if whoever wanted to, if he wanted me back, I'd consider it. I'd probably talk to the other co-owners, see what they think, and I'll make the best decision from there.
Do you think you'll reach the highs you did driving when you won your championship in season one and when you reach the peak of your pace and speed powers in season two when you come back for F124?
Now, it depends if I fully practice. If I fully practice, I'll actually practice to the extent of season two. I don't see why not. Because the only reason I fell off in season three is I started work. I had no time to practice. And some races I missed, but not having any time to practice. You have to remember, I'm not a natural driver. I only picked up F1 in like very, very like recently compared to other people who've been playing it since they were very young. And I had to practice a lot to even compete with them. So I feel like it all depends if I can practice or not. And considering it's the summer holidays, I specifically want to get Saturday booked off to do this. I definitely can. Hopefully even go faster, but like I said, the competition's gone very far up. So I don't know. We'll see.
Last question here. If you had to think that one thing that ICR could do better, that they could add into the league to make it better, which would that be?
Well, one thing that Will could do better. Well, I've got a few things to say. One is the de-escalation of league arguments. I'll say it. Will is not very good at de-escalation arguments. There needs to be a strong man who can step in there and say, all right, this needs to stop. If it's not going to stop, further action can be taken. I don't know who's going to fill that role, honestly, but I feel like a lot of the arguments they go out of hand, and there's no one there to stop it because I'll be honest, Will try to say stop, and I've said this one many times. He needs to be firmer, and I feel like being firm and being hard on the rules is something the league needs to work on. It's needed to work on that shit for ages. And I'll be honest with you, another thing is I really want to like, yeah, it's a tricky one you put me in this, but give me 10 seconds, I think so.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time to do this interview. And
My
yeah,
pleasure. My pleasure.
pleasure having you here too. Hey guys, thank you for watching another episode of this interview series, episode 2 of the interview series. And I also want to thank Canary for taking the time to make this episode. So, yeah, I'm going to try and make maybe 2 or 3 more of these since I'm on summer break. So, yeah, let's had some more of these this week. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed.